I speak to you not as a crown, nor as a whisper of duty, but as a heart bruised softly by the ache of your absence. When the halls fall silent, when the mirrors no longer carry my likeness but the glint of memory alone, it is your name that breathes behind my lips. You who walk unknown among the many, yet reign over the private provinces of my soul. What curious destiny chose me clad in silks and sworn to silence, to tremble at a name never spoken aloud. I write of you in starlight, trace your shape into candle wax, and dare to think of joy not bound by treaties nor time. In the garden when I sit alone, the wind toys with the hem of my gown, much like the way your voice once teased the borders of my mind. I was raised to be the future, polished and poised, yet no tutor prepared me for love, raw and unruly, like wild horses, loosed into the sea, and still it grows, this love in the corners where no guards watch, where shadows blend with longing and duty becomes a mask I dare not remove, even for you. Each night I sleep beneath tapestries embroidered with history, yet your name is the thread that ties my dreams. I see you in the silence between verses, in the soft flicker of a candle before it gives into dark. They say a princess must learn restraint, but how can I restrain a heart that beats rebelliously each time I imagine your hand meeting mine? We do not meet in ballrooms or linger in golden courtyards, but in moments folded between glances, in the hush between my sigh and the word's command. What life is this, where I love from afar, where my every breath is dressed in secret? I feel you in the beat of distant hooves, in the rustle of hidden letters tucked between pages of books I pretend to read. Though I have danced with nobles and bowed to kings, none have carved their name into the marrow of my being, the way you have softly, utterly, without demand. It is the cruelty of love to give all while asking nothing, and yet I give still, in silence, with the elegance of sacrifice, learned far too young. If only I could love you aloud. Once I caught your gaze, only a moment, a fleeting eclipse, and in that second the world still. No crown, no court, no consequence, only the gravity of your eyes pulling mine into orbit. I carry that look like a sacred talisman, a relic of the life we are denied. My days are scripted like the letters in royal decrees, but you rewrite me. You make me wish I were not a daughter of legacy, but simply a girl who could reach across time and borders to kiss the life she desires. In the gardens I imagine us walking without eyes upon us, fingers brushing like ivy climbing stone, quiet and persistent. I would trade my lineage for your laughter, my titles for your touch. They dress me in heirlooms and expectations, but they cannot strip your echo from my chest. I say nothing, always nothing, for to speak would be to rupture the fragile spell we live on. But my silence does not mean emptiness, it means fullness restrained, a dam holding back oceans. If you only knew how fiercely I love you, behind every bow, every curtsy, behind the poise that masks the wildfire within me. They think me still a child, all lace and lineage, but my heart is ancient with waiting. I have memorized the curve of your name in my breath, the hush of your memory in my bones. My tutors lecture of duty, my advisors of strategy, but none can school me in how to unlove you. They say history is made of sacrifice, but must mine be my own happiness? If I could write you into the scrolls of time, I would crown you with verses and call you beloved of a hidden queen. When the chandeliers glitter above courtly laughter, I slip away in thought, building a world where you are not a secret but a sunrise. I whisper your name into the folds of my pillow, where no one dares listen. You who are both the wound and the balm, the forbidden and the necessary. Would it break you to know how much I carry? Or would it lift you, knowing that even behind palace gates and golden walls, a girl dreams fiercely of a boy, who is not a prince but something far rarer, real. And in this world of mirrors and masks, realness is the purest form of magic. Sometimes when I walk through the old halls, where ancestors peer from portraits, I wonder what they would say if they could see me now, so full of longing that my spine aches with the weight of. Do they scorn me for loving outside my station? Or do they remember the soft treacheries of their own hearts? I hope they understand. I hope the women behind the velvet paint once whispered similar secrets into the dark. I am told to steel myself, to prepare for rule, for duty, for destiny. But who prepares a princess for heartbreak? No one warns you that the hardest battles are not fought with swords or strategy, but in the silence of your own chest, when you must smile though you are bleeding. You are the war I cannot win, And yet I go to you in every dream, unarmed but willing. I imagine your touch as if it were history rewritten. I imagine your voice as if it were law. I do not need a crown when I think of you. I need only the rhythm of your footsteps returning, and the quiet safety of your hand finding mine in the dark. Even my gowns know your name now. The fabric remembers how I trembled, how I sighed when I thought you near. My reflection in the mirror asks for you without words, lips parted in an unfinished prayer. I cannot speak you into reality, so I write instead. I inscribe you into margins. I breathe you into roses. I press you into every unwatched moment, like a pearl hidden beneath silk. If you could see me, truly see me, you'd find a girl no longer ruled by lineage, but by the gravity of an unspoken love. They call me strong, but this love is the strongest thing I know. Not because it triumphs, but because it endures, because it waits, because it dares to dream even when it knows the world may never listen. If love could conquer fate, I would have taken you long ago. I would have danced with you beneath the moons of countries we've never visited, shared bread in towns where no one knew my name. But this is not that story. This is the story of silence, of longing, of shadows that cradle love like a fragile, flickering flame. I have learned the art of watching without being seen, of loving without being known. Each nod I give to the world is a lie, wrapped in silk. Each smile a curtain drawn over what lies beneath. You are the truth I bury beneath protocol, the storm beneath a still sea. I listen to ministers and generals, but their voices fade beneath the thunder of your absence. You who have no title, rule me more completely than any crown. You live in the softest parts of me, those no dagger can reach. I feel you when I walk among roses, when the air carries the sweet ache of autumn. And sometimes I wonder, do you feel me too? Do you carry me in your silence, your solitude? Am I a shadow upon your shoulder, a whisper in your dreams? I do not ask for answers. I ask only to continue loving, even from this distance. I will be yours in ways no law can recognize. In the folds of time, in the slipstreams of breath, in every moment I give up the life I want for the life I was born into. Even there, I love. My love for you is not loud. It does not seek applause, nor march through streets, declaring itself victorious. It is quieter than snowfall on palace steps, gentler than the hush of cathedral bells at dusk. It exists in the space between glances, in the breath I hold when I think you near. It does not demand, it waits, and in its waiting it becomes sacred. If I never touch your hand again, still I have touched eternity. If I never hear your voice again, still I carry the echo of it like a hymn. I do not know if the stars align for people like us. I do not know if the world will ever be soft enough for what we are. But I know this: you are written into the pulse of it. When I am crowned, when they call me sovereign, when they drape jewels on my neck, and declare me unshakable, know this: the only thing that ever truly made me feel powerful was loving you. Loving you not as a princess, but as a woman who dared to feel despite everything.